Days after torrential rain flooded large parts of Hyderabad, killing at least 50 people, causing thousands of crores in damage. Several areas in Hyderabad received heavy showers on Saturday evening, triggering off traffic jams and waterlogging yet again. And it was a nightmarish night for residents in several areas of Hyderabad as the streets got flooded. Take a look at these visuals. Amidst this heavy rain, a third major lake was breached in Hyderabad within a week, causing huge flash floods in several areas that carried away everything and anything that came in its way. Officials confirmed to NDTV what was being conveyed by locals, that the Balapur lake was breached last night, causing the heavy floods.
What you're seeing before your eyes is a rescue operation that's happening. Not with the help of the NDRF, not with the help of the SDRF or any other professional force, but these are locals who volunteered to go and help that man. That man that you see on the electric pole there, sitting perched on it, he had in fact come on his two-wheeler on a bike on this road that is extremely flooded. The force of the waters is tremendous. This is because of the breaching of the Balapur lake, which is just upstream from here, followed by the Jilelaguda lake, and then this is the force of the waters that is in fact going towards a colony here. Those are volunteers who have in fact come in and helped many people inside the colony as well, and everyone else here trying to watch the rescue operation that's happening in that particular area. He had come on a motorbike, and as of now his motorbike, he is hopefully secured it somewhere, but it's going to be a difficult rescue operation coming out of there. But people volunteering of their own free will to go in, risking their own life and to saving somebody else. It was almost a momentary decision. It happened even as we were standing here. One man slipping and being flown away by the stream, and some others in fact jumping in, trying to go and help him and trying to go and ensure that his life is saved. As of now, the man who is sitting on top with the black shirt, he was the one who was going to be saved by the others who now perhaps need help to be able to come up, because they are more than waist deep in water. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV. The situation in fact precarious in several areas of Hyderabad after the heavy downpour that we saw last night. In fact, we are near the Musarambag bridge, which from where the river Musi in fact flows, and what you're seeing there is a drain water pipe, and right below that is in fact a road. This is a road that connects one part of Hyderabad towards the highway that in fact leads into Vijayawada, and what you're now seeing is it looking only like a lake and a flowing river, in fact, and not a lake. The road is not visible at all, and that's the kind of water that's come into the river Musi, mainly because of the waters coming in also from the Himayat Sagar, and the kind of rains that we have seen last night, not just in Hyderabad but in adjacent districts as well. That includes Rangareddy, Sangareddy, Medchal, Vikarabad. All those areas in fact have received heavy rainfall, and that's the reason why we are seeing this kind of waters once the opening of the Himayat Sagar has also happened. What is even more worrying is what's happening beyond this area. This part of Hyderabad, if I may say, Sikandrabad and the Banjara Hills, new parts of Hyderabad are fairly safe. The downpour that happened earlier this week is not something that's still going on, so water is drained out in those areas. But the new fresh floods which has happened is in fact in the areas which were down of the Balapur lake. Late last night, in fact, after the heavy rains, the Balapur lake in fact breached, and that brought in the flash floods at a very heavy current flow and heavy water flow, which took everything that was there in its way. That's why we are seeing those very frightening visuals of the vehicles in fact just crashing through the waters that were running at high speed, not just in the main road but also in the lanes and by lanes of the old city area. So what we are talking about is the Gulshan Iqbal colony, Nabil colony, all those areas that are there in Hafiz Baba Nagar, Yakutpura, Chandrayan Gutta, all of them are under water. This is the third lake that we are talking about that is in fact breached just within the week. We had Palle Cheruvu, which is a huge water body that breached earlier. We had Abba Cheruvu also which breached, and that had caused a flooding in all the Shamshabad areas, and in fact the road to the airport had been cut off. And yesterday in the evening, in fact, the DCP Shamshabad also put out an advisory saying that those who are going towards the airport, taking the PV Narasimha Rao Expressway, should in fact not take that. Those going towards Kurnool, Bengaluru also should not take that road because that road has already been breached.
All right, so you've looked at those visuals of the devastating floods in Hyderabad, a fallout of the unprecedented rain and poor urban planning. But who will take accountability for this? Who will answer to the families of those 50 persons or so who have lost their lives because of this? Joining us now, D. Srinivas, Rajya Sabha MP of the TRS, and Dr. Shravan Dasuju, spokesperson of the Congress. Mr. Srinivas, to you first, what is going on? Look at these visuals. This is supposed to be a smart city. The Telangana government initiated this, the Hi-Fi program. Hyderabad is supposed to be the first Wi-Fi enabled city. You promote Hyderabad as a global lifestyle destination. But look at these visuals. After this week's rain, instead of a smart city, it's a dark city. Power outages because of all of this.
Actually, basically, Hyderabad is not a flood-prone area in view of the Deccan Plateau. You know the safety of the Deccan Plateau, it is talked about the role of the country and the world. Safest place in India is Deccan Plateau. We don't have any sea around us or any big river around us. But in spite of that, Hyderabad city, unexpected rains, because of the depression, effect of the depression, and earlier when it was the United States of Andhra Pradesh, because of the depression, the cyclone affected areas were mostly on the coast. Government concentrated on those areas to take precautionary measures or whatever sort of measures to save the people. But here now what's happening is concentration is not there. Specific plans are not there. In view of the unexpected rains and the effect of the depression, these abnormal rains are causing this problem.
No,
but
I'm sorry, sir. I beg to disagree. It is the government's job to expect the unexpected. You keep saying unexpected rain, abnormal rains. It's the government's job to use the taxpayers' money that the taxpayer is paying for to prepare our cities to be prepared for the unexpected.
I'm coming to that, madam, but basically the fundamental thing I'm bringing it to your notice, that's what I'm about to say. It is for the government to study the situation and unexpected things are to be taken care by the government. It's after all the obligation of the government and the responsibility of the government. I don't deny that.
Okay, good.
But simultaneously, what I would say is, this is something which is unexpected, not just abnormal things happen. It is the duty of each and every person. It is for the government to take steps and all of us to support the government, but nothing is happening here.
Okay, good. All right. So you are admitting, Rajya Sabha MP of the TRS, nothing is happening here. The government has to take steps. Dr. Shravan Dasuju, I'm sure you would be ready to attack the TRS on this, but let's just make it clear. All cities across India make the same mistakes. Construction along riverbeds, wetlands, drainage pathways, they block the flow of the water to the sea in Mumbai and Chennai. In Hyderabad, like Bangalore, much construction takes place in its, in its lakes, drains and rivers not clean. What can you say now to this government, because your governments in other states similarly face the same problem?
Can you ask Srinivas to...
Mr. Srinivas, please, Mr. Srinivas, please hold that thought. We'll come back to you.
Hello.
Dr. Shravan Dasuju, go ahead.
Can I go ahead? Yeah. One can't stop the rains, but certainly one can make an effort, proactive preparation to mitigate the risk of these rains.
Yes.
That's exactly what the TRS government has failed. They have taken very lightly about the cautions made by the meteorology department. They neither prepared the National Disaster Management Authorities in Hyderabad. They have not made any kind of proactive rescuing mechanism in Hyderabad. That's exactly the reason why today you see so many floods. The other thing is that there are about 28,000 illegal structures in Hyderabad, which requires hardly about 12,000 crores of rupees. This government claims that in the last 7 years, they have spent about 67,000 crores of rupees, but not even 100 illegal structures on nalas have been removed. Number one. Number two is that there are about 185 tanks, like what you have seen now, Balapur Lake or Appa Lake or Palle Lake and all that, which have been reached. In Hyderabad, in and around Hyderabad, we have 185 lakes. Out of them, almost about 80% of them are grabbed. And in 2014, when TRS government came into power, when Telangana formed, it was one of our mandates that, we will ensure that all these the lakes will be protected from these land grabbers. But not even in one lake, in 1 inch of land has been resumed by the sitting government. The other thing is that there are about 446 kilometers of open nalas which have not been fenced, which have not been covered. Hyderabad requires about 4 lakhs of manholes, but we still have only 2 lakhs of manholes. Hyderabad requires about 5,000 kilometers of drainage, but we only have 1,500 kilometers of drainage. And very interestingly, you must know that Hyderabad contributes to Telangana exchequer almost about 7 lakh crores in the last 7 years, but they claim that they have spent about 67,000 crores, and of which they could not spend 12,000 crores only to remove illegal structures. That to about 28,000.
All right, unfortunately, this is a familiar story of our times. Today, here we have in this case the Congress taking on the TRS in Telangana, but the same story is repeated in other Congress states and in BJP ruled states, where they are talking about lakes in Hyderabad being built over the same situation in Bangalore, where you had a Congress government in power. This is a familiar story of our times. Chennai in 2015, Kochi in 2018, Mumbai in 2005. But really, it is time that Indian cities plan for the vagaries of the weather, develop systems that help them deal with these hazards like floods or excessive heat, because we, the people who live in these cities, deserve it, and this is what we are paying taxes for. Thank you, both of you, for joining us.